Like, he dealt with them. Like, you were just seeing, whoop, one man down, whoop, another man down. Ha, I had to end your life. Hi, wonderful people, and welcome back to my channel, Book Craze with Giselle. So today I have two wonderful, exciting books for you. They are part of a series. It's called the Last Rider series, and let me tell you, I really enjoyed this series. But you see, these two books, they have a special place in my heart for these two books. I love the characters, both of them. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Love them, love them, love them. Let me know, have you read anything from Jamie Begley from the Last Rider series? Particularly, she has a number of books in that series, and there's also some spin-off from that particular series. But you know what? Let me know. I have read most of them. Most of them, because I love them. I love it. The Last Rider series is not your typical MC romance, in my opinion. It doesn't have like the rival MC gangs. They are not involved in like criminal activity or selling drugs. You know, typical things you would find in a MC romance. It doesn't have that in The Last Riders. Basically, The Last Riders are all like ex-military, ex-Navy SEAL sort of guys, and they all like band together and form this group. They have a warehouse where they manufacture and produce survival goods, and they ship this internationally, right? So they have legit business taking place, and they also employ persons in the community, helping to support them. They are involved in the community, right? So you have the president, his name is Viper. The president, he's on the school board, like, right? So Viper has his own book. He's in book 2, Viper's Run. Yeah, that book was good too. Oh my god, don't get me started. If you want me to talk more about this series and the individual books, like, I can do that. You know, you can have it covered, right? Because I'm reading it and I will tell you about it, and then you can go and buy it if you want to read it, because I'm letting you know what happened so you can decide whether or not you want to read it or not. Let me know down below if you're interested in hearing more about the characters from this book. So first up, the books that I want to talk about, it's book 4 and book 6 in the series, and it's Shades Fall and Shade. Oh my god, oh, the Shade and Lily. Lily is a quiet, sweet girl. She is everything that Shade wants in a woman. So he liked them sweet, he liked them kind, and yes, he also likes them submissive. And that is what Lily is. But Lily don't want no tattooed down, biker, obnoxious, rude individual. No, she doesn't want that. She wants a nice cowboy, but it's not a cowboy she gets, right? She got Shade, and she was in for a rude awakening. You saw Lily and Shade mentioned in book 1. You saw them in book 2. In book 3, something happened. And initially, in the beginning of the series in book 1, which is focused on Lily's sister Beth, Lily was still in high school. So Shade was like, okay, I need to wait for her. And he did wait. So he did wait, you know, book 1, book 2, book 3, he did wait. But in book 3, she was injured, and he was like, you know what, I'm done waiting, because at that point in time, she had started university, and they did lie when she entered high school. They did lie in her application. She was actually a year older. In book 4, you saw Shade's pursuit of Lily. You had like persons trying to kill her. Listen, you have, in my opinion, you should read book 4 and book 6. Because of the incident that happened, Shade was like, you know what, I'm tired. And everyone but Lily knew that Shade was attracted to her and that Shade wanted her, and that he considered Lily his. So none of the other brothers went behind Lily. And this club, it is a bit different in terms of membership. right? So you have to get, as a female, you have to get votes. Now, how you get those votes depends on you. But with these females, they got the brothers' vote from just, like from doing, like from being courageous or just, doing something. But it wasn't where they gave them, like it wasn't sexual favors that they did to get the votes. But Shade, because of this incident, he starts spending time with her and tries to get her to feel more comfortable with him because she was very uncomfortable being around him. So he worked on that, started off, just spending nights together. He went over to watch movies, pizza, he just started hanging out with her until eventually she did become comfortable. And he kept what happened in the club separate. But when Lily found out about this club, because sometimes I'm telling you, it's just like a big orgy that happens there on a weekend, because on a Friday night, everyone just wants to let loose. So on a weekend, you have all these you have different things happening, if you know what I mean. These things happening. And when Lily found out, she was so hurt that she just, she stopped talking to him. She didn't care about the fact that she was in danger and someone was out to get her. She didn't care about all of that. She didn't care about her sister because she felt as though her sister should have been able to tell her this. Like, she feels as though people tend to feel that she's so, quiet and cannot handle things. And she just felt really hurt, right? So Beth is married to one of the brothers. Her sister is married to Razer, right? And Beth knows exactly what happens in the club and the fact that she's a member, and she has an issue with this. So when everything blows up in everyone's face, Lily takes off. She doesn't want to hear nothing from no one. And I just love that, right? And then it goes into book 2. In book 2, you see a lot what Lily went through. So Lily, first of all, she was adopted, right? She was adopted by this pastor whom tortured his congregation. Like, what kind of man is that? And he did the same with Lily. Like, you would see what Lily went through from being taken from one situation when she was younger because she was abused. Like, her mother pinned her out, and when her dad found out what was happening, oh my god, this man stepped into the scene and he's like, po, and all that, took her and gave her to this pastor so that she can grow up with Beth and her family. Because of the type of lifestyle he was in, he did not want to endanger her. So you get all of that coming in the second book. By then, you really get a sense of who Lily is, and something tragic happens and it triggers all her memories. So Lily, when she was adopted by Beth's family, she could not recall anything from her past from that point on. She couldn't. And something tragic happens, and she starts to get these dreams. She starts to get these memories, and she wants to know if she's going out of her mind, right? And the fact is, she would look at the other female members of the club and be like, they're so dirty, they don't have respect for themselves. And, because she had an issue with the fact that these women would sleep with different members of the club. She had a serious issue with that. But then when her memories came back and she realized what her mom did, she was like, how am I supposed to continue being who I am? Because she was very involved in the church. She was studying to be a social worker. She had these standards for herself. In her mind, she was thinking, these people have this impression of me. Like, I am this saint. I am this pure, innocent person. When her memories come back, she's like, oh, I'm so dirty, right? I've probably slept with more men than these women that I was judging, and all of these things. And you see where she goes through this transformation, coming more into herself, more grows into her skin, and you see her slowly coming out of being this quiet, timid person to being someone that will give back chats and have these witty comeback. There's so much to Lily and there's so much to Shade, and just combined. And Shade is if you like those alpha male, possessive, controlling type of heroes, Shade is it. Shade is it. Like, I love him. And this book takes you to the very end of their relationship. Shade, book 6, made me cry because you saw it's their full story. It's Lily and Shade's full story between these two books, book 4 and book 6, where they meet and they get together. Yeah, you saw what trials and tribulations they went through. You saw they got married, and then you see years down the road, it took you to the very end of their relationship, and I cried. I was unable to control myself. I cried, like my paws are raising right now. My heart is like beating so quickly because I'm remembering this part in the book, and I'm not going to tell you, but it messed me up. It messed me up. Not like in a bad way where I regretted reading the book, but it's because of that I held it in my heart, and I'm like, oh, this is such a sweet story. Not like sweet, easygoing story, because there's a lot of drama back in that I'm not talking about because I don't want to give it away. But yeah, like, there were points in the story when Lily had to be ducking from bullets. She had to be ducking from gunshot. She faced life or death situations multiple times. And you know what? Because Shade is an ex-Navy SEAL sniper, he dealt with everybody that did Lily wrong in this book. Like, he dealt with them. Like, you were just seeing, whoop, one man down, whoop, another man down. I had to end your life. It was so good. Yo, it was so good. Let me know if you have read Shade or Shade's Fall, because the bigger, the badder, the tougher they are, the sweeter they fall. When they crumble, when they find this one person that they know is for them, and you see them, transform. Because Shade was a man. He was waiting for Lily, but in waiting, he used the alcohol, he smoked some weed, he banged everything that was, he banged everything with a vagina, walking on 2 legs. But when he became fully committed to Lily, my boy started, he was abstaining. So he went from one extreme to another extreme for this woman, and I loved it. And I tend to gravitate to books like that. Like, I like with the bigger they are, the harder they fall kind of thing. I love those type of stories. So, and you get this with Shade. So let me know, have you read Shade or Shade's Fall? If you have, comment down below, because I would love, for us to interact and chat. And have you read other books in this series? I'm just reading from my list here, right? So in addition to these 2 books that I spoke about, I read Razor's Ride, Viper's Run, Knox's Stand, Cash Fights, Lucky's Choice. So good, I love Lucky because Lucky was the pastor, but he wasn't really a pastor, right? Because he's part of this club. Trains Clash. So I read from book 1 to book 9. I have to read Rider's Revenge and Gavin's Song. So you know what? That is going to be on my list to read. And some of the biker bitches that were mentioned in this book, I've read Sex, Piston, Fat Louise, Crazy Bitch, and TA. Oh god, yo, when you meet this character named Kelyama, oh gosh, Kelyama. Let me know if you want to hear more about Kelyama, because Kelyama is a bad bitch, and I love her. She's a bounty hunter, but we won't talk about that right now. Let me know if you want to hear more about her. So thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, leave a comment, and hit that notification bell so you would know every time I post a video. Thank you for watching, and look out until I post another video.